I don't even care if you're vegetarian. You better have something shaped like a damn turkey on your table. I don't care if it's your mashed up vegetables or whatever the hell the tofu is. Shape it like a turkey. Put them little chef's hat on the feet of it. I don't care. It better be turkey looking or a turkey on the table. The end. Italian feast. Who's this broad with Italian feast? Put an Italian feast. Chick, this is Thanksgiving. This is the national holiday where we have turkey and we have gravy and we have soggy bread that's been in the turkey, which my husband thinks is a salmonella trap. And I just... That's what Thanksgiving is. Thanksgiving is an inordinate amount of mac and cheese. It is green bean casserole. It is sweet potato casserole with marshmallows, unless you're a communist. That's what Thanksgiving is. It is pumpkin pie with a ridiculous ratio of whipped cream to pumpkin pie. Yes. You shouldn't even see the pie. My oldest is like, I should know what it is. It should look like, at first glance, a mound of whipped cream. Thanksgiving is also about playing dominoes after you eat your meal, playing dominoes or cards afterwards, and then people standing outside looking at each other's cars and asking what size rims you... I mean, that's maybe in my family. That's how it happens. Most families, sometimes there's a slap fight. Some years there's not. This is Thanksgiving. We don't do Italian feasts for Thanksgiving. Look, I love Chris Columbus. He had his own damn day. Step aside, sir. This is turkey. This is what this is about. For the love, sitting here telling me some garbage about, well, maybe it's just having enough time. I understand that it's, you know what? Because since we had all this inflation, I don't know, maybe we could just dispense with all the regulations on turkey hunting right now. Just go out there and just kill what you need. You know what I'm saying? Because if you all these stupid politicians made it that expensive, I think that you should go out and then be able to harvest your own bird then. And then if you want to harvest a bird for someone else, you should get a tax credit for doing that contribution. That's all. Just saying. Look, I'm solving problems. Solving everybody's problems right here. Ken, what would you do if you went to somebody's house and they were telling you that, oh, well, they forewent the turkey this year?
I went there and then they told me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I think I'd fight them.
Because
I think I'd fight them. I
would
really
go,
do. I don't care if I'm a guest or not.
I would have expectations before arriving that there's turkey. And then when I get there, they say there's no turkey.
Switch.
It is a bait and switch.
It's a trap. It's Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
Family's family, but damn.
No, that's where the lines stop, man.
Right?
That's where the blood ends. Right there.
She had other hot takes, too, by the way, on here, like split the cost. She's like, ask your family to split the costs with you.
No, this is how the costs are split. Has this chick ever met a family?
I don't know.
Was she born in a lab?
There's not a lot of proof.
Because that's what someone who was born in a lab pretending to be human would say. This is how this works. You know how you split the cost? You have somebody else. This is how I don't know who doesn't do it this way. In our family, everybody brings a side dish. And then they would take turns. Who's doing the bird? Who's bringing the bird? Now, when I was little and at my grandma and grandpa's house, there were so damn many of us. I had 23 cousins. I mean, I think I'm related. I'm pretty sure I am related to everyone in Southern Missouri. Sidebar. It got to the point where my grandpa asked me to run by names of boys that I was going to go out on a date with because, hell, we may be cousins. And I'm just going to say that one time I was talking to my grandparents and I was going back. I was in high school and I was going back because I was going to be going out with some friends. We were going to go to the turkey tourney, right? And I was going to be going out with some friends and they were asking, well, who's in it? And I was just rattling off. I wasn't even thinking of dating this kid. He was just going with a friend of mine. And my grandpa was like, yeah, I think we're related to that family. What's their last name? Yeah, I think we're related. Don't get romantical with him. And I'm just like, I wasn't, but oh my gosh, like really? Anyway, if you're listening to me and you're in Southern Missouri, we're probably kin. So anyway, everybody, like when at my grandparents' house, because there were so many of us, like all the adults would pitch in and they'd all throw the same amount of money in a pot and they'd all get a bird because there were so many of us. Do you know how many? I mean, that's 23 grandkids. Right. Think about the parents and then the extras, the stragglers that come in. My grandparents, 800 square foot on the other side of a mine in Southern Missouri, there would easily be 60 to 70 people in their house. And there were so many that they would spill out into the yard in the driveway. So you would have your sections. You would have your beer drinking section in the driveway. And that's when everybody looks at each other's cars and they comment on each other's rims and they look like you had, I mean, there's always kind of work done because we had a lot of people who did auto stuff in our family. So they'd be commenting on this. Somebody'd have a hot rod out there and they'd be talking. Somebody'd bring their bike in and they'd be talking about bikes. And then you had the back patio section. And that is where people were already starting to play dominoes. And under the guise of they were watching the turkey, right? Because the turkey'd be out there smoking. We all know that was a bunch of garbage. They were out there game planning for cards and dominoes and everything else coming up later. Then there would be like the shed where moonshine was made. God bless Missouri. God bless the Show Me State. Show me that moonshine. And there would be kids out playing, all this stuff out in the yard. And then on the front porch is where the older women would go out to get away. If they weren't cooking or if they were taking breaks, getting out of that hot kitchen, they'd be on the front porch. And that's where the serious tea was had. That's where if you wanted to find out who was cheating on whom and what was happening in the town, you sat on that porch. But it was a tiny porch, so there was only a small number of people. That was the varsity women in the family. You know what I mean? Like your elder women. Those were varsity. JV, those were like the daughters-in-law and the younger daughters. They were JV, and we were just rec league. Us grandkids, we were rec league. So, and then when it was time to have the turkey day meal, the Thanksgiving meal, it was only the elders and the varsity that were sitting at the tiny dining table in my grandparents' tiny little dining room. Everywhere you could get a seat, that's where you had to sit. And the high school and junior high kids, you were just left to your own devices. Just get a plate of food and then start there. And then afterwards, it was a full-on war to eat the Oreo dirt cake and then the whipped cream to get the pumpkin pie, because that whipped cream goes out in like 2 seconds. After the first time someone they turn their plate in, the clock starts. Everybody watches, and it's like slow-mo, watching that person turn their plate in. And you're like, damn, I only got X amount of time before I can not have whipped cream on my pumpkin pie. So that's how it happens. So this chick, I don't know where she comes from. Where does this chick come from? Now, consider not buying a turkey. Considering shutting the hell up. How about that?